Hello and welcome to your quick pick a card reading. This one's going to be straight to the point and it's going to be about what it is that you need to surrender. Okay, so you're going to choose between number 1, number 2, and number 3. Number 1 being the Tree of Life Tiger's Eye pendant. Number 2 being the Mookaite Crystal Goddess pendant. Number 3 being the Rose Quartz Dragonfly Crystal Goddess pendant. The timestamps will be down below in the description box. Okay, let's go ahead and get started with number 1. Those of you who chose the Tiger's Eye pendant. What do you need to surrender today? Either what do you need to surrender or what do you need to surrender to? So let's see, what is your card? What do you need to surrender or what do you need to surrender to? Okay. So there's two things. You need to surrender defensiveness. And it says, defensiveness is a sign of weakness. To communicate in a more empowered way, stay centered and hear someone out, then offer a clear, non-defensive response. Then you've got surrender to the magic of who you are. And this one says, we all have magic in us, even in the mundane aspects of life. Remember that you are a magical being with a uniqueness and worth that come from just being you. Okay, so let me get some clarifier cards on both of these. So to clarify this card, we've got the King of Wands. So I get the feeling that you guys may be some passionate people. You've got a fire within you. But at the same time, there's this energy of possibly having a short fuse in different certain scenarios. You may have a short fuse in general, but it could also just be in specific scenarios or with specific people. So you're being asked to reevaluate where it is in your life that you have the tendency to have a shorter fuse, either with specific people or specific situations that you find yourself in, and reevaluate what is it that's triggering this defensive energy, because it's like this defensive energy comes out, and for a lot of you guys, it's out of anger. And I'm almost feeling that you may have conquered a lot of this anger you have within you in the past, but it still comes up as defensiveness. So you're being asked to surrender defensiveness, and let's see what the positive benefits will be once you do so. So we've got intensity and the dream. So I'm getting the message here that you're going to be able to refocus that fire, that passion towards fulfilling your dreams, to manifesting your desires, instead of utilizing that energy in a negative way. And it may not be extremely negative, but every bit of focus and every bit of your energy going towards your goal is very beneficial. So next, surrender to the magic of who you are, clarified by the Eight of Pentacles. I'm getting the message here that you need to accept yourself fully, accept yourself in each and every way, accept every part of yourself. You guys may struggle with a very intense inner critic. So you're being told here that every time the inner critic comes up and you start judging yourself, to take a step back and really acknowledge and bring awareness to that inner critic in order for you to take your power back from the inner critic. So it's time for you to center yourself. Some of you are being called to go out into nature for centering there. Or at the very least, putting fresh flowers in your home, like the ones I have here. And it's funny because these flowers are very similar to the field here, to the flowers in this field. So that's very interesting. Anyways, so the message here is to accept yourself fully, accept every part of yourself. Once you accept yourself fully, then that's when you feel safe, okay? You've got the Nine of Pentacles here on the bottom of this deck. So I'm getting the message that it's almost like you're so harsh on yourself that you feel everyone else will be as well. When in reality, you are your own worst critic. And this is the case for a lot of people, but for you guys in particular, I'm also feeling that you have a strong connection with horses. Either you do have a strong connection with horses in the actual physical reality, or you just have a horse spirit animal asking you to step in your power, asking you to claim your freedom by accepting yourself fully. Because when you accept yourself fully, then you feel free to be yourself fully and express yourself fully in an authentic, genuine way. Okay? And also I'm getting the message here that the more safe you feel, which you'll feel more safe when you calm this inner critic down, you'll feel more safe when you center yourself out in nature for a lot of you guys. And if you can't get out in nature, at least grab some flowers and sniff them every once in a while. Stick your face in the vase. And that will help you to feel more calm, more centered, more peaceful, and more in the flow of life, and instead of resisting, because I'm feeling this resisting energy from you guys. You want things so badly, you have goals, a lot of you guys, but there's a huge resistance in your energy right now, and it stems from some sort of anger. It stems from like possibly repressed anger. For a lot of you, it is repressed anger from your childhood. Not all of you, but it's almost like you went through something in your childhood and you felt like you weren't allowed to express this anger. And so that's why now it may not come up as anger. For some of you it is, and you're very aware. You're very aware of your fiery energy in regards to anger. Others of you may not feel that you're an angry person, but it's like that's the core energy here that's creating this defensiveness. Defensiveness comes with a sense of anger, whether it's really intense anger or just like slight anger. It's still defensive. Okay, so this will help you get more in the flow and be more centered, more peaceful, and claim your authenticity and power. All right. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at www.theenchantedone.com. You guys have an enchanted day. Number 2, if you chose the Mookites Crystal Pendant. Let's see, what do you need to surrender to, or what do you need to surrender? One or the other, or both. Okay, so you've got surrender the idea that you can fix somebody. And it says, it's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. The next one you have here is surrender your fear of intimacy. You are ready to let love in, compassionately identify, and begin to release any patterns that stop you from opening your heart. So a lot of you guys, whether you're in a relationship or not, you have been working on your heart chakra. You've been working on going more with the flow, and you've been clearing things out in your heart space in order for you to accept and express more love. Let's get some clarifying cards for these. But in the process of opening your heart and clearing out anything within that does not serve you, you are being asked to surrender your fear of intimacy. That's the main one coming up here for you guys in regards to that. Wow, it's funny because you guys have the Lovers card here that jumped out. To clarify, surrender your fear to intimacy. So for some of you guys, you are with your twin flame, you're with your true love, your other half, and your other completed half. And you guys are reaching new levels of expressing yourselves to each other. You're becoming more transparent to each other, more so than you ever have. And it's a little scary here for you because there's fear around this intimacy. And intimacy is not always purely physical. Intimacy is about literally understanding somebody on a deeper level. Intimacy is about seeing into each other. And I've said that before here, but I feel like it's very important for people to understand the concept of intimacy. Intimacy can be broken down like into me see. So it's really being transparent with each other. So the more transparent you are, the more you release the fear of intimacy and of being transparent and showing your true self to your partner, the higher you guys fly, and the more in alignment you guys become with your twin flame union. Whether you're with your twin flame or not, regardless of that, the closer you become to being on the same page, on the same wavelength, and just having a more loving connection, more compassionate, unconditionally loving connection. So what you can do is surrender your fear of intimacy and be more transparent. And I feel like you've been working on being more transparent and also accepting your partner. If you're single, then this will make space for you to attract your twin flame or true love or whatever title you want to use. If you're single, that's what you can continue to work on, is your fear of intimacy, your fear of letting somebody in close. Oh, wow. These two jumped out. You've got the Two of Cups and the Ace of Pentacles. I'm going to go ahead and pull both. These are to clarify, surrender the idea that you can fix someone. And let me read this again. It's time for a relationship to shift. It doesn't work to try to fix someone. Each person must be accountable for his or her own healing. So I'm getting the feeling that if you're in a relationship, that there's this energy here of a new beginning for you guys, a new beginning that's going to be a lot more equal feeling, a lot more mutual in attraction, a lot more mutual in respect, just a lot more equality within your connection, but also a lot more romantic moments, a lot more love, maybe more dating, whatever the case is. It's like that spark is back. It's a new fresh beginning for you guys that you guys are entering. But you need to keep in mind, as you get closer, it's not your job to fix this person. It's never our job to fix our partners, okay? It's only our job to be the best version of ourselves that we can be. And to, you know, if our partner's down, like water your partner with love and understanding. But being aware and present with them is the best thing you can do. Trying to fix their problems is not in your job description. Okay, so that's where you need to surrender the idea of, as you guys come closer to this person. If you are single, then you still need to remember, like, the more you feel that you want to fix people and the more you have the idea in your mind that it's your job to fix someone, the more likely you will attract someone that needs someone to save them or to fix them. And I use that very lightly, the way I say that, but that's how it's coming up here. I feel that for you guys that are single, you've attracted a lot of people in the past that were broken, and I say broken very lightly. Your message here is that if you can surrender the idea that you need to fix someone, then there's a new beginning for you, and there's a new connection coming in that you can attract that's very mutual, unlike the connections you've had in the past, for those of you who've been in that boat. Okay? Just surrender the need to fix somebody. That is your message. If you'd like to book a personal reading, you can do so at www.theenchantedone.com. You guys have an enchanted day. Now for number 3, if you chose the Rose Quartz Dragonfly Crystal Goddess pendant, what is it that you need to surrender or surrender to? Let's see what your messages are. Surrender stress and surrender to your full power. There's some solar plexus chakra energy here. You guys either have an unbalanced solar plexus chakra, or this will aid you in a more balanced solar plexus chakra. Okay, surrender stress says take a few deep breaths and exhale the tension you've built up in your body. Let the stress go as you come back to your center. Look at that beautiful image. And then you've got surrender to your full power. Your life is calling for you to step in your full power rather than playing it small. It's time to hear you guys roar. Let's clarify these cards here. And I really felt the need to pull 2 clarifiers for each of these cards for you guys, and I've been pulling just one for the other one, so that's interesting. First of all, you guys have had a lot on your plate, whether it be literally just you guys having a lot of things on your to-do list, or whether it be just overthinking, you know, overanalyzing, overthinking things and making them bigger, making mountains out of molehills, basically. So you've got the 9 of Swords and the 6 of Pentacles clarifying surrender stress. And the message here I'm getting is that you guys have possibly been struggling with your sleeping. You have been struggling with self-care practices. And it's almost like you are trying to do a lot at once. It's like you're trying to make a lot of different areas in your life grow. But the thing is, you know, it's better to focus on a few areas and allow them to grow properly rather than focus on everything at once and have everything be 30%. You want everything to be 100%. So you're being told to prioritize here. Prioritize between what's the most important thing, and that will help you have a less stressful life. Make sure you're getting enough sleep, okay? Make sure you are getting the proper amount of sleep, because that will greatly affect your sense of happiness, okay? And level of stress. So clarifying the surrender to your full power, you've got the 4 of Cups and the 7 of Wands. So I'm getting here that there is a shift occurring for you guys. You guys are like rising up here. You're rising up, and it's almost like you think that you have to do it all, balance it all, juggle it all in order to rise up. You have to do it all, or else everything's gonna go to crap. And I got a similar message to this in one of my recent readings. But the message here is you don't have to do it all. Don't burn yourself out here, okay? Some of you guys are like burning yourself out. I'm feeling exhaustion, and it's actually wearing down on you physically. Some of you have been shifting away from that and have been trying to prioritize and focus on a few less things than before. So that's what you need to do if you haven't. But anyways, I see that overall, energetically, you guys are shifting from a lower frequency energy. You're shifting away from a lack mentality. This energy of thinking that I don't have enough. I don't have enough. Clinging on to things that don't serve you. And mainly what you're clinging on to that doesn't serve you is a lack of esteem. It's like a low self-esteem, struggling with low self-confidence, some emotional things that you guys have. I don't know why I'm hearing emotional triggers, but there's a lot of emotional things that you guys need to work on releasing in order for you to be able to shine your light brighter, to overcome any obstacles. Whatever emotional obstacles or triggers you're trying to release, you have the power to release them. You can overcome all of these things. I see you being victorious here. Once you release anything that doesn't serve you emotionally, and I'm really mainly feeling emotionally, or things that leave you feeling emotionally empty. It's like you might feel okay in the moment, and it could be for some of you shopaholics, but then you're left feeling empty at the end of the day. So what are you investing your time in? And again, it's a similar message with the other cards. What are you investing your time in? Is it worth it? Is your time investment worth what you get back? Are you content? Are you satisfied? Because it's like you're leaving this energy of being discontent from doing too much and not feeling fulfilled within the things you're doing. So for those of you who are still doing too much, it's time to focus on what really will bring you contentment and fulfillment. And that will help you surrender to your full potential, to your full power, because you'll be able to do more successful things with less on your plate. Okay, so that's your messages. If you would like to book a personal reading, you can do so at www.theenchantedone.com. You guys have an enchanted day.